Hello, friend. Becky Edwards of Purpose Driven Motherhood. I had a cool epiphany this morning at the gym that I wanted to share with you. Many of you know that I am a mentor and life coach, which means I help people overcome obstacles and reach their goals faster and to upgrade in the order in their lives and their relationships and their health and move forward and have upgrades. And it's really, really fun. I love what I do. And this particular epiphany really resonates with me as a mentor and a life coach because it is something I do personally and it's something I teach my clients to do. And it has to do, the epiphany actually is a kind of an analogy about breathing. So when you think of breathing, especially when you're exercising, right, you need lots of breathing. It is important to do both the breathing in and the breathing out, right? You don't just say, well, I'm just going to breathe in today. That's all I need. Just breathe breaths in. It doesn't work that way. Breathing in is awesome because you get all that oxygenated air and it fuels all your cells and your brain and your heart and your lungs and goes all out to all of your cells of your body. You need that oxygenated air. It's really positive for you. And in the mentoring world, I like to call, there is a certain category of techniques called empowerment techniques, and that's what you could analogize to breathing in. Empowerment techniques are things that boost positivity into various areas of your life, like more positivity in your thinking, your emotions, your relationships, your health, your spirituality, your order. Those are positivity tools, which I call empowerment techniques. That would be kind of like breathing in because it oxygenates and fuels your body, right? And that's awesome. I mean, I love reading scriptures. That's an empowerment technique to fuel my spirituality. I love exercising, which fuels my body. Those are awesome empowerment techniques. And I have mindset techniques and emotion techniques. The other part, though, is that we need to breathe out because when we breathe in, there's just a natural process of creating carbon dioxide when we got to release that. Or our bodies get in big trouble if we don't breathe that carbon dioxide air out so that we can then freshen up with more oxygenated air. That is a bad situation. You don't want to be in that situation, right? And in the mentoring world, that is what we call release techniques. So those are things that release the negativity of various areas as well. They could release negative thoughts, negative emotions, negativity in relationships, like unresolved issues that need some forgiveness, negativity in our eating or, really bad sleep habits, whatever. And, I am really getting more and more convinced that we need both. We need both on a regular basis. Many of us are convinced of the importance of empowerment techniques or, habits like praying and reading scriptures, listening to positive music, maybe saying some affirmations or declarations. Those are so important and I love those empowerment tools. What many of us miss out on is the breathing outside, the release techniques. And we don't know how to release negative emotion. We don't know how to release negative thinking or negative issues in relationships. And so we just stuff them inside. And you know what? That creates a lot of problems. It creates people who shut down and aren't able to speak their minds. And when they do, it kind of blows up everywhere. It makes a big mess. Or it can create a lot of overeating because people stuff. A lot of times people overeat in order to stuff negative emotions or upsets that they don't have healthy ways to release. So today I want to share just one quick release technique that I love and I use it quite a bit. And it is called Write and Destroy. It's super simple. You just get a piece of paper. It can even be a scrap paper. It doesn't have to be anything fancy at all. Get a piece of paper and you just write, I feel blank because ... So today you're feeling overwhelmed. So you would say, I feel overwhelmed because, and then you just let those thoughts and emotions spill out onto that paper. So they're coming out of you onto the paper. So you may say, I feel overwhelmed because, oh my gosh, I have so much to do and blah, 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 and this and that, and this isn't going right. And I don't think I'll have time for this. And you just take, maybe 5-10 minutes and just write out some of those things that you feel overwhelmed about. And the cool thing is, as they're leaving you and going onto the paper, there's this relief. It's awesome. It feels really, really good. I've done this technique for, I don't even know how many years. Since I was a young adult. I learned it in a 12-step program, and I've used it so many times. It's really healing and therapeutic to write things out and get them out of you and onto paper. Then, if you want to take it to the next level, you destroy it. So you write and destroy. So you can tear up the piece of paper and say, I don't believe this anymore. I don't want these emotions anymore. I'm tearing them out of me. And you go, tear it all up. And you could crush it up into a ball. You could throw it into the garbage can. You could even, if you're like, the members of my family, you could even take it to an empty sink and take a match and burn it. They think that's really super fun to burn, write and burn instead of just write and destroy. So the cool thing about that tool is it's not going to hurt anyone else. You're not venting or spewing all your negative garbage onto another person. You're getting it out onto paper. It's very safe. It doesn't hurt anyone, but it blesses you and it blesses the people in your life because you've just gotten negativity out of you. You took a breath out. You got that carbon dioxide breath out of you so that now you can refuel with that oxygenated breath so that you can be more positive in your thoughts and emotions. So will you do that sometime in the next day or two? Will you take a moment, just 5-10 minutes, maybe 15, and write something that you're feeling that's a negative emotion? Maybe I feel fear because I feel overwhelmed because I feel upset because I feel regret because I feel embarrassed because I feel disappointed because I feel sad because just any emotion that you are feeling that you want to release, because taking breaths in is awesome, but you also need to take breaths out in healthy, positive ways that are safe, that are not going to hurt anybody else, but are going to bless you like crazy. So remember, it's important to breathe in and breathe out, just like it's important to power up the positive and release the negative. Have a fantastic day.